Hi, my name is Jackie, and you've tuned into Jackie and the Other Side of Beauty. In today's video, we are going to be talking about my favorites. Now, these are not my favorites from last month or the month before. These are my favorites over maybe the last 3 months, maybe. But I did want to share with you the products that I have been enjoying. And I know it's been a long time because I don't normally do my favorites monthly. Once in a while I will, but usually I don't because I find it hard to fit in my schedule. But I did it, and I have quite a few because these have accumulated over the last few months. So let's go ahead and get into it. I think the first thing I want to talk about is body care. I have been really enjoying this oil of Olay. I don't know if you guys have tried this product before, and I don't know what's wrong with this camera, but this is so good, you guys. This again is oil of Olay. Now this one is all done. Now this one is all done. I've had this and used it up, but I've been holding on to it because I wanted to share it with you. Now this is Olay Fresh Outlast, and it has the notes of orchid and blackcurrant. And this has B3 complex in it. It says it restores hydration so skin feels healthy. And this has such a great lather. I really have enjoyed it so much that I repurchased. I was trying to get the same one, but I didn't feel like going to Walmart, so my H-E-B store didn't have that same one. So I picked up this one. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but I picked up this one, and my lights may be just a little too bright. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so I picked up this one. Now this is Olay Age Defying with vitamin E. It says it's a 24-hour moisturizing body wash, and it says it visibly smooth skin in 14 days. I wasn't noticing that. I wasn't checking for that, so I can't tell you if it does or does not. But like I said, it does have vitamin E in it. Now this one, for some reason, doesn't say what the notes are, but this one actually was more fragrant than this one. Now this one has a fragrance, but it's a little bit more subtle. And this one, I can definitely tell that it has a fragrance. It's a little bit more bolder, but it smells so good. So yes, I wanted to recommend the Olay body washes to you. They have so many different kinds. Like I said, this one of them has B3, another one has vitamin E. So they have, different types to suit your skin's needs. Okay. Next up, I want to talk about, I think that's all the body care I have. Sometimes, let me just put this plug in. Sometimes I'll use this one along with my Bath and Body Works in the Japanese Cherry Blossom. Here it is right here in my face. And it's almost gone. Sometimes I'll use these in combination. I don't know why, but sometimes I will. And when I do, the lather is over the top. But this is a good lather by itself, and this is a good lather by itself. And typically, this is what I buy for shower gels, something from Bath and Body Works. But I was in Walmart with, and I ran into a friend of mine, and I just ended up trying this, and I have, like I said, been buying it ever since. I really like it. Okay, next I want to talk to you about a highlighter that I love so much. This is the Fenty Beauty Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter. I already have 2 of these highlighters by Fenty Beauty, but I saw that they were having a sale, and this was $20, so I picked it up. This is called That's Rich. It's so nice. These normally retail for $40, but they were having a sale and these were $20. This is what it looks like. Now, I do keep it in the package because people were saying how fragile they are. So I'm not taking any chances. And these highlighters are just so gorgeous. And I'm so glad I picked this shade up. It's so pretty, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? That is so pretty. Yes, I'm so glad I picked it up. And I think I want to say that they're still on sale. I want to say I looked and I saw them still on sale for $20. The first two that I got, I paid full price, $40. So I was glad to get a break on this one. And speaking of highlighters, I have another highlighter and I'm sorry, my voice is going. I just so happen to have it on my cheeks today. And this is by a brand that I really haven't used very much, just to be honest. I haven't used this brand until this month, actually. And it is by Profusion Cosmetics. And this highlighter that I have is called Flare. And it's another very pretty one. Now, this is the highlighter, like I said, that I have on my cheeks today. So pretty. Look at this. Look at that. It's very reflective. And I'm not going to do a lot of swatching because I have a lot of products. But I wanted to share this with you. Like I said, it's by Profusion. And I'm new to the brand. I know it's been out there, but I'm new to it. Next up, I want to talk to you about some setting sprays I discovered last month. The first one is called Better Setter. And this setting spray happens to have vitamin C and E. And this is by Mented Cosmetics. This was such a good setting spray. I like the way when I sprayed this on that my makeup melted right on into the skin. It has the vitamin C and E. And so I did find it to be a little hydrating, not mattifying, but it did keep my makeup in place. And my face or skin didn't look dry. It always looked like it had a nice glow to it. It always looked like it was, like I said, hydrated, not matte. And so I really enjoyed this. This is the first time that I had used this setting spray, and I definitely will repurchase it again. And next up, in the way of setting sprays, I have this Fenty Beauty. This is called You Mist, and this is what it looks like. I wanted this immediately because you guys know how much I love the What It Do setting spray. You guys, first, let's talk about these braces. They are all in my way right now. I feel like every time I talk, my lip is rubbing against it. Anyway, this is the third time that I've had braces. Let's not talk about it. But this setting spray, I definitely did want. Like I said, I love the What It Do Makeup Refreshing Spray. I was so upset when they stopped carrying that because I love that. I love that mist. And it was just so good. And so when I saw that they were coming out with an actual setting spray and not a refreshing spray, I knew I wanted to pick this up. And again, it melts my makeup right on into the skin. And, you know, sometimes I work maybe 8 hours and then sometimes I work close to 12 hours. And I would come home and my makeup was still in place, still looking good. So this is one that I would definitely repurchase again also. And yeah, it didn't leave me, even though it held my makeup in place, the finish was not like a mattifying finish. It was more like a natural finish. And I didn't feel like, you know, all the life was sucked out of my face. So this was a hit. Oh, next up, let's talk about one skincare item that I have. And it is by Danessa Myricks. Now, this is her Yummy Skin Moisture Repair Balm Serum. Now, this is not new, but it's new to me. And it says that you can use this on your face or your body. And it does have the little spatula right here. I love this so much. And I'm going to tell you right now, I definitely will repurchase it. It lasts a long time because you only use like a dime size of it. And what you do is take the spatula and dig out like a dime size of it and then rub it, because it does have this grittiness to it, but it's really not grit. I don't know. It has this texture to it, but it rubs out. So you rub it in your hands until you don't feel that grittiness, and then you just go and press it into your skin. And I also press it into my neck. And when I tell you the glow that it gives the skin, it just, I love it so much. I love a serum that leaves my skin looking glowy, hydrated, and all the things. I love it. And this does just that. Like I said, you just need a dime. When I saw the little balm, I was like, this is not going to last me no time at all. But I've had it for a while, and I make sure that I'm not taking more than I'm supposed to. So I just take the spatula, take me a little dime, and rub it out. And it doesn't have a fragrance per se. It kind of smells like, I don't know, I was going to say kind of a waxy scent, but I'm not sure. But it doesn't have a perfumey like fragrance, but this is so good. I would definitely repurchase it. I put it on my face, take it down my neck. It's just beautiful. I love the way it leaves my skin. And fun fact, this is the first serum that I've ever used where I left it on my skin to sit instead of going right in with my moisturizer. Every time I use this, I press it into my skin and I leave out the bathroom to just let it sit and absorb into my skin. And sometimes I'll do it for like 20, 25 minutes, and then I'll go back in with my moisturizer. And guys, sometimes I don't even put a moisturizer on. I'll just leave the serum on all night. I love it. It's so good. Next, I want to talk to you about a powder. And I'm sure you guys already know. I already have a backup of this powder, and it is my Oma Beauty powder. So reflective. This is the Tripping Smooth powder, and I have this in the shade Honey. And, you know, people always say, including myself, how a powder is so finely milled, how it's so silky smooth. I have said that about several of my powders, but I have never felt a formula like this. And I didn't even open it. It was just powder along the remnants of it. And I was like, oh no, this powder is all spilled out. But when I opened it, no powder was in the well. So I don't know why it was on the outside. But this powder, the formula is great. And truly, it is so silky smooth. I love this powder. I don't get flashback with this powder. I have the shade again, Honey. And you twist the bottom and the powder fills up in the well. It's perfect for your powder puffs. It's perfect for your sponge or your makeup brush. Whichever one you want to use, this well is the perfect size. And the shade is everything. I like this powder so, so much. And like I said, I was so blown away instantly that I already purchased a backup. That's how much I love this powder. So would I repurchase it again? Yes, and I already did. Love this powder. Next up is, I want to continue on with Profusion. Make sure that's all I have. I want to talk to you about this paint base that I've used. Like I said, I haven't used many products from Profusion, and I'm just getting my feet wet. But so far, I am liking what I'm trying. And this is the Pigment Base Eyeshadow Primer. And this is in the shade Neutral. What I like about this, it blanks out my eyes. I don't have that discoloration on my eyes. And it's not so thick, because there's some paint bases that I use that are a little thick. And there's some that are too thin, but this is a good consistency and it blends out quickly. And like I said, and it blanks out my lids and it's ready for my eyeshadow. And I have been loving this. I can't say my eyeshadow doesn't crease because I haven't found anything that stops my eyeshadow from creasing, but I do enjoy using this paint base. Next up, I have a eyeshadow crayon, and this is by Thread Beauty. I actually picked up, I liked this one so much, I picked up 2 more. That's how much I like it and how I find it so effortless and so easy. So this is in the shade Fearless, and this is the shade right here. This is it right here. And I didn't know what look I was going to do. I just know, did I tell you guys that this was by Thread Beauty? I didn't know what look I was going to do. And I just knew that I was running out of time as usual. And so I put my outer V, I did that and I swept it into the crease a little bit. And then I just pulled this out and went over my lid. I didn't even know how to use this, you guys. One thing I did though, I swept it over my eye and I didn't want to just sweep it in, fill it in and go. So I did just pat it in, and that helped to blend it out and spread it out just where I wanted it to go. And it was perfect all day. I mean, it did crease, like I said, but I felt like it didn't crease that much, really. And I just patted it in. Now, what I did with the other one, the first time I used it, I swept it over my eye and I got it to where I wanted it to go, but I didn't pat it in. And I felt like that eyeshadow faded faster, and I felt like it just did not last long. And so the next time I used the stick, I made sure I pat it in and spread it out, and that made the difference for my eyes. It stayed a lot longer, and it didn't still crease, but it didn't crease as bad. So for now on, or here going forth, I will definitely pat these kinds of shadow sticks in, pat them in, press them in, and just for the longevity of it. But when I tell you this was so effortless when I got ready that morning, and I remember in the video saying, I don't think I ever put my eyeshadow on so fast. It was just so fast and so effortless, you guys. And that's what made me buy the other 2. I was like, man, I've always wanted to try the shadow sticks, but some of the brands I had been looking at were so expensive just for shadow stick in my mind. So I just never tried them, but there are so many of them out there if you guys are interested. But these are good, and I definitely and have brought them again. Next up is a lippy, and I happen to be wearing it today. And this is by the Lip Bar. Don't forget, you guys, I do have a code with the Lip Bar. It's in my description box. But this lippy is in the shade Rich Auntie. And when I tell you that the people on TikTok are wearing this shade out. Plus, there's another 2 that they've gotten a hold of, but these are going viral on TikTok. So I kept seeing the lady with this one, kept seeing her. And so I only had Boss Lady, and I had some lip liners by the Lip Bar. So when everybody was wearing this one out, I said, well, let me get it too. So I went ahead and got it. And this is such a pretty color. I always think that women of color look good in a fuchsia, whether it's a top, headband, or whatever. Fuchsia looks good on deep skinned women. And I said in the video that I filmed today, I didn't have a pink. forgot all about Rich Auntie. So I could have put this on in my previous video, but it's okay. I have it on now. And what I will say about this is that I've already eaten dinner. I had salmon. This lip was not touched up. What happened though, it did smear a little because I was really messy with this corner, and because I put too much in the corner instead of, anyway, I messed it up in the corner. So I wiped it away. And so I noticed that after dinner, this part right here was a little smeared. So I just went in with some concealer and cleared it up, but the rest of my lip was just fine. It was just in this area right here where I got a little sloppy. But this, affordable and oh, so good. My lips don't feel dry. It's a matte formula, but my lips do not feel dry. And like I said, I ate dinner and the lip is still intact. So yes, this is a plus. And I definitely will continue to buy lip bar products. And like I said, I already have. Boss Lady is another one, viral on TikTok. Well, no, we're not. I almost said we're just about done, but really we're not. Okay, let's talk about concealers. I picked up this concealer because this month's Shop My Stash is Spring Forward Shop My Stash. And we're using all drugstore products. And so you guys, I have been going ham. There are so many drugstore products. I went out this afternoon to buy something for dinner. Went over there to the makeup aisle and brought some more drugstore products. I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to tell you. I cannot stop. There are so many products that I am so intrigued with that I just couldn't help but purchase. So coming back to this concealer by Black Radiance, I heard Ariel Ash talk about this concealer on her channel, and she was saying it's so affordable, but it's oh so good. And so I was like, okay, I want to try it because I love her recommendations. So I went ahead and picked it up. Now, I'm not sure what the shade is, but on the bottom it says 1320496. I'll look to see if that's the shade. If it is, I'll leave it. But if it's not, I'll put the shade on the screen. But this concealer is so good. Now, I would say you can see it on my face because I did put it on my face, but my under eyes honestly are a hot mess right now. I took the eyeshadow off that I had earlier, and I took off some of my concealer. Didn't even bother to put it back on. I really didn't. I was just, And I also have glitter that's fallen on there. So my under eyes are a hot mess. I hope that you guys cannot tell, but yeah, my under eyes are a hot mess. And this is a concealer that I use, but in my first video, they look great. So this, I just wanted to say that you cannot beat the price. With today's economy, with everything that the country is going through right now, inflation and the state of the economy, I am looking for affordable products. I can't bring myself to spend a lot of money on makeup right now. I just cannot. So that's why I'm so intrigued with all these drugstore products, and they perform beautifully, just like this concealer does. It is long wearing and it's not drying. It's hydrating underneath my eyes. And you can't beat it for, I think I paid maybe, it was from $5 to $8. And I'll put the price on the screen. So affordable, you guys. So I would definitely pick this up because you can't beat it for that price. Next, I have two concealers that I don't think I ever really talked to you guys about. And they are by Dior. Now, the thing with these concealers are I never did a review on them because I picked up this one and it was not a brightening concealer. It was just more or less my foundation shade. And when something's wrong with a product, I can't get into it. So, this was the wrong shade. So I just really could never get into it. So this is in the shade 5N, and it says this is the Forever Skin Corrector or Forever Skin Correct by Dior. And this is 5N. So I went and turned around and bought 4N. And I like it. I likey, I likey. Yes, ma'am. This is so hydrating underneath the eyes. I don't know if this is supposed to be matte, but I found it as far as I can remember because I haven't even had a chance. I wore it a couple of times, and I remember after I finally got the 4 in that I thought it was very creamy, and I thought it was hydrating under my eyes. It didn't dry my under eyes out. And so I liked it, but I can't really recall a lot of details about it. So I just may be pulling it next month because I do want to get some more use out of it. But I remembered that finally, after I got 4 in, that I liked this. And I never could say I liked it or not because, it just was the wrong shade. So I would put the 5 in on, and then I would just leave an area just for the 4 in, and then I would just blend the two together. So, so good, you guys. So it took me a long time to try this because of the name. It kept saying Skin Correct. And so I thought really that it was just a corrector as opposed to being a concealer. But once I got a hold of it, I like it. Now the next product, and I do have this on my brows, it's a brow pencil. I have a lot of these products on today. Didn't even plan it like that. But this is the CoverGirl, and this is the Clean Fresh Brow, and it's a brow liner, and it's 1 millimeter, and it's a nano pencil. Nano means uber small, and this is what it looks like. I am losing my voice. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is what it looks like. Comes with a spoolie on this side. And then we have the brow pencil on the other side. And this is retractable. I love that. But you can see, if you can see, how ultra small that tip is. How very small it is. I don't even know if you guys can see it. But it is so tiny. And I have this in the shade. Oh, I told you, didn't I? I don't know. But I have this in the shade 700 Black Brown. Now, typically I get brown black. So I was a little hesitant thinking that this was going to be too dark. But as you can see, I think everything turned out nicely. And I like this. It's not so small that I've broken it. And that's a good thing because nano pencils, kind of like the Huda Beauty one, people were saying it breaks so easy and there's not enough product in it. I'm going to see how long this lasts and if it starts to break on me. But I've used this a few times already and it hasn't broken, and I do like it. I like those skinny pencils. Okay, next up is a bronzer, and I probably don't even have to tell you who it's by. Signature Look. This is by Rare Beauty, and I have the shade Tranquil. I've only had a few opportunities to use it in between Shop My Stash, and I like it. I like it so much, and I can't wait to use it again. Now, most people will say this is well, let me show you. A lot of people might think that this is a contour, but I would say once you blend it out, and it's very easy to blend out, you guys. Once you blend it out, it's the perfect, look at that. It's the perfect bronzer. And like I just said, I just tapped it. It blends out so effortlessly. And that's what I love about it. It blends out. It's a nice little bronzer, and it looks so good on the skin. So I can't wait to jump back into that. You might just see it next month. Next up is another bronzer by LYS. Now, I'm not sure if I've had this in my favorites or not, but I do want to talk about it because I used it a lot last month. And this is in the shade Honest. Now, what I love about this bronzer is I have the same bronzer, but it's in the shade Strength. And that truly does look like a contour on my face. And what I like about this one is that this truly looks like a bronzer. And the same thing with with the Rare Beauty one. You put this on and it blends out so nicely. And it's just the perfect everyday bronzer. You know, if you're doing a full beat, you might not want to use this. You might want your bronzer to really stand out, really look pigmented on your face, just something that stands out on your cheeks. This is just perfect for work, perfect to run errands in. Just if you're doing that fresh face, makeup, no makeup look, this is the perfect shade. And this is, I don't even think I mentioned it, this is in the shade Honest. Love, love, love this one. And I definitely will repurchase this one. Lastly, and this last of the bronzers, and this is kind of like the one I was just talking about with LYS, but this is by Maybelline, and this is the Lifter Stick, and I have this in the shade 75. I am so happy that drugstores are coming out with bronzers that are suitable for deeper skin tones, and I've never seen so many actually. And this one, now this one, it says it is when I looked online, I was trying to find out this, is this a bronzer or a contour? Because it really doesn't say. And it said that this can be used as a contour, as a bronzer, even a foundation stick. So this is a multi-purpose stick in my opinion, but this is what 75 looks like. And there it is right there. And I have this on my face today. But what I want to say is, again, this one as well blends out effortlessly. And I don't know, I just think the shade is perfect. Again, it's one of those everyday shades. I don't have a problem with wearing this to work or running my errands or anything. I don't think I'm doing too much. This is perfect, you guys. And it's very affordable as well. And like I said, the drugstore is hitting it out of the park. They really are. I've never seen so many products that I was so interested in picking up. Okay, so now let's get to the palettes. I will say that this is a little palette heavy. I tried so many palettes that I am in love with. Oh, I have so many palettes in here, you guys, and I am sorry. First up, let me turn down my light so I can give you a true depiction of this. One of my friends said, "Why did you buy that palette?" And I probably did not showcase the palette in its best light. I did a short, and I was in my other room, and it was sunny outside, so the palette looked washed out. And she said, "Why did you pick up that palette?" So this is the palette I'm talking about. This is the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. Y'all know I love Natasha Denona's formula. You know I love her palettes. I have quite a few of them. And this is what this palette looks like. Right here. Hold on. Okay, and this is what this palette looks like. It's very pretty, and I'm still not doing it justice just because I can't turn my ring light down any further. But this is a pretty palette. So pretty. I will try to put a picture in when I film with my camera. I'm on my cell phone now. But this palette is so pretty, you guys. It looks so washed out, but it's gorgeous. It really is. I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture and insert it. But this is beautiful for spring. And these shades at the bottom, I know these shades at the bottom look so light, but these are these peachy like tones. Very pretty. I mean, like, I cannot do this palette justice. Like I said, I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it on the screen. But this is so pretty. So, so pretty. And I've created 2 looks with this palette. And I loved both of them. So I'm anxious to start using it some more. This is going to be a palette to reach for in the spring. This is gorgeous. Do we really need the ring light on? I don't think so. I don't think we really need the ring light on. Next up is a palette that I love. Now, I'll try to link all these palettes in the cards. But next up is a palette by Clarity Cosmetics, and it's called Clarity Rain. This is what this palette looks like. So pretty. So pretty. And I love the look that I created with this palette. When I buy a brand over and over, there's nothing else to say about it. I mean, I have a few Clarity Cosmetics palettes at this point, and there's nothing that I can say. The mattes, you know, people say purples and reds and stuff, they're tricky and they're hard to use. These blend out with no problem, and they're so pigmented for mattes. They are so pigmented. And I like that I have these neutral shades here so I can have something to blend out my eyeshadow primer as well as something to go underneath my brow bone. And the metallics in the palette, now that's what attracts me the most. The metallics are beautiful. They are beautiful in every single Clarity palette that I've had. The metallics is the thing that ropes me in. So this one was nice and I enjoyed using it. And this palette has such a variety that I was still able to get a look and wear it for work. So this one, I like it. Clarity has my heart as well. And let's see. Oh, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, baby. The Danessa Myricks Beauty. Now, I'm not sure if I talked about this in a thing, in a favorites or not. I don't think I did because I think I had just gotten it. But this is her Lightworks Volume 6 Freedom Palette. This is the Freedom Palette. You guys, this is so gorgeous. As you may know, you can take these out, like this section you can take out, this section you can take out, and this section you can take out. And it's kind of like building your own palette. You can take it out. I did it before. I know I did. I think this pops out. This square right here pops out. And then you can put whatever section you want in there and have your own palette, and it's perfect for traveling. It even has this little leather like case to slip it in so it doesn't get damaged. But I haven't played with this nearly as much as I want to. This green that I keep looking at right here doesn't look green to y'all, does it? Oh my gosh, this is such a pretty duochrome. This looks like an apple green color. Apple green, but I'm looking at it and it looks kind of yellow gold. I love it. I love these shades. And, you know, it's just perfect for if you have an all matte palette, you just take this and get your little metallic going onto the lid, little shimmer shade. It's perfect for that. And I haven't played with this nearly enough, like I said, and I can't wait to jump into this palette again. This may just be popping up because this thing cost, was this over $100? I think this is over $100 as well. So yeah, we're gonna play with this. This may just be a next month's video. Next month's Shop My Stash. I had such a good array of palettes for the month of December. I really did. I just loved everything I played with. And this is by Beauty Bay. I think this is probably like my third palette by Beauty Bay. So I'm getting a good feel for Beauty Bay's formula. And this is what it looks like. And what I like about this palette is that even though it's gorgeous with all these jewel tones, this was still a nice palette that I could do my workday slay with. It wasn't over the top. I created a nice look for work, and that's what makes me happy. And when I could use a palette for work as well as if I want to use it for a special occasion. Now, these mattes were just beautiful. I went light-handed because, you know, like I said, I was going to work. But these metallic shades, these shimmer shades, just perfect. And looking at it now makes me again say, I can't wait to dive into it. You know, just one time in a palette, that's just not enough. Yeah, I just can't wait to dive into it to see what other looks I can create. But this performed beautifully. And like I said, I'm getting a feel for Beauty Bay's formula. So when I see a palette by Beauty Bay, I don't hesitate, or any of the other brands that I'm showing you, like Clarity Cosmetics, I don't hesitate because I have used them time and time again. Now, the next few palettes, when I see this brand come out with a palette, generally I just go ahead and pick it up. Now, she did release one that I didn't get, I think last month. I didn't get that one. But I have several of this brand, which is Cosmic Brushes. I have several of her palettes, and usually I don't hesitate, but it has to be a palette that actually lucky. It has to be a palette that really catches my attention. I'm just not going to buy one because it's by this particular brand. But this is a palette that I use, I think, for my Christmas look. And this is called Tis the Season. And I want to say that I saw on Instagram her say that, you know, they were going fast. So these were limited edition, and I think she still had a few left, and they were going fast. So let me show you what it looks like in case you want to go ahead and pick it up. This is what this beauty looks like, and it is so pretty. So, so pretty. And I'll link the look I created using this palette. And just looking at it in person, oh, it's just beautiful. I looked at it initially and I was like, I don't know. But I am so glad I picked it up. I am so happy about it. Next up is this palette here. No words. I have no words. I absolutely love the look that I created with this palette. And I think the reason I love it so much is because it's on the grungy side. And it is the Undergrowth palette. I love the look I created. It was just so pretty to me. And this is what this palette looks like. So pretty. Monique just did a look with this palette. Oh, it was pretty. Her look was pretty too. This, you just can't miss with this one. And I just can't wait to jump into this one again. It is beautiful. It's more beautiful in person than you guys are seeing on the screen. It's just gorgeous. It just is. That's all I can say. It just is. This is beautiful. And my final palette was a palette that I didn't know what to create with this, honestly speaking, because I wasn't really into cool tones. And I was just coming into cool tones, I'll say that, but I really hadn't done very many cool tone looks. But I went ahead and picked up this palette and loved the look that I created with this one. This is called Coutros, and this again is by Cosmic Brushes. And if I didn't say, the Undergrowth palette is also by Cosmic Brushes. And so this one, I was like, what am I going to do? This is so pretty, you guys. Isn't this just a pretty palette? So pretty. And the look turned out really pretty. And again, it's just so much prettier in person than it's picking up on the screen. And yeah, I can't wait to dive into this. I didn't do a blue look. These blues are really pretty in here. I don't really know what is going on with this camera. I don't know if it's the microphone that I have plugged into it. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing that's different. But we'll carry on. But yes, this one, such a pretty palette. And I am getting into cool tones now. I really am. And, you know, I will continue to purchase from Cosmic Brushes because, truth be told, Cosmic Well, I think they're called Cosmic Beauty now. But truth be told, Cosmic Beauty, their palettes are very affordable in my mind. I mean, they're not $80, $90 palettes. These are like $30, $40. And I say that like that's nothing. But I'm just saying, so many palettes, so much makeup is so expensive now that when you see something, what is this, a 20 pan palette, and it has metallics and uh, buttery soft mattes, and it's like $35, $40. Yes, it's a yes every time. So, like I said, I created a pretty look with this, and I'll have this one linked in the cards. And you guys, with that said, that completes this video of my favorites. They were all yays. I had no nays in the bunch. Everything worked out, and I'm so happy. So thank you for staying this long. So if you're still here, you hung in there with me this long through all the ups and downs that we were having filming. Please put a orange heart in the comment section to let me know that you're still here. And thank you guys so much for seeing the products that I have been loving over the course of the last few months. Like I said, they were all yays, no nays. Everything in the bunch was a banger. And I'm so happy with them. And you'll be seeing them again. So if you did enjoy watching me go through my favorites for the last couple of months, please consider subscribing to my channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and please ring the notification bell. It just lets you know each and every time that I upload a video. And with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.